Krogan keeping it himself across the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. Has the tight end wide open over the middle. There's the catch and the touchdown.
Welcome to Pittsburgh Sports Live, presented to you by Krogan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas. Learn more about Krogan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet at ckt.net. Wow. You guys are watching Varsity Sports Live here in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and we just got done watching a one-half matchup between the JV girls Purple Dragons versus the Joplin Eagles, and that ended in a 1-1 tie, if you were wondering, as we are fighting through technical difficulties through our setup, so bear with us please as we try to fight through these. Here in the next 20, 15 or so minutes, we are going to be getting into this matchup between your Pittsburgh Purple Dragon varsity girls versus the Joplin Eagles. A very interesting matchup like we had versus Webb City that the Purple Dragons just got done about 4 days ago, last Thursday, where they didn't come out on top, unfortunately, but a stepping stone for sure, where they learned a lot about themselves and learned how they can compete going to the rest of the season. The Purple Dragons came out on bottom of that one. 3-1 was the defeat at the Cardinal Stadium in a very impressive showing nonetheless. Scoreboard doesn't reflect it, but we had some very key contributors to make that score almost as low as it should have been, as a very talented Webb City team that they were. Our goalkeeper, Cadence Burns, had a phenomenal performance last Thursday night. Kept DeGraff and Reed, the striker for Webb City, at check all night. And our attacking play was relentless the whole time, but just incredible talent on that back line for the Cardinals. Couldn't break more than 1 point coming in late in that second half, or excuse me, early in that second half. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and roll into our first break here, brought to you by Krogan, and we'll see you on the other side going over starting lineups, key points in the game, and etc. We'll see you. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Krogan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Krogan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price. Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. Tonight we have a very important matchup for the Purple Dragons as they are coming in here to their back to their home stadium, their second home matchup of the season versus the opposing Joplin Eagles, who, to be frank, have had a very rough season going into the first 9 or 10 games they've played so far. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're 1-8. And they've scored 2 goals throughout the season. So the Purple Dragons, a great opponent, a great foe to get back on their feet and get back to winning ways, and going into their 8th game of the season now, or excuse me, 9th, I believe. But before I get any farther, I want to thank our pregame show sponsor, Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CNB has the tools you need with the service you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. But like I was saying, the Purple Dragons having a really impressive season under first-year head coach Garcia. As I get to my notes, excuse me, where she's led the Purple Dragons to an incredibly impressive 3-4 season through a lot of tough foes throughout that time, where those 4 losses, for the most part, have been pretty competitive nonetheless, and not to mention 1-0 in the SCK so far this season. So you're tied for first in the conference, and you have a really impressive, just under 500 start with a brand new head coach and a mixture of seniors and freshmen trying to learn each other on this new roster. It's been a really impressive first start of the season for the Purple Dragons. And like I said, they're facing against a really tough 1-8 Joplin Eagles team, and who's 0-4 in the conference of the COC. So take that 1-8 and 0-4 record with a grain of salt. The Central Ozark Conference is not a conference to joke around about. That's one of the more competitive, if not the most competitive conference in the state of Missouri. So Joplin, yes, they've only scored 2 goals this season and allowed 45, but the teams they faced have been no reason not to do that to the Eagles. So, for example, let's say Republic, Glendale, Kickapoo, all those Springfield region teams have all mercy ruled them 0-8, but Pittsburgh, they faced their fair share of really tough metropolitan area opponents, and Gardner Edgerton lost 7-0. That's a kind of a fair opponent comparison. You could say these Purple Dragons, they don't want to take this game lightly is what I'm getting at. And tonight, at their home pitch for the second time this season, there's no reason not to treat it like any other game and go see how many points you can pile on against this Joplin Eagles team. And there's not an opportunity that could better present itself at this time. But moving on to keys of the game, brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, where they are on the corner of 4th and Joplin Street since 1948, with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, it will be aligned. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment at 620-231-6230. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try to tackle the starting lineups momentarily. I wasn't provided any rosters for you guys, so I'm just going to say the starters for Pittsburgh from last week's game against Webb City, assuming it's going to be the same. And if there's some minor changes, I'll do my best to point it out as soon as possible. But we're going to start with number 1, the goalkeeper, who had an incredible showing against Webb City despite letting up 3 goals. It very well could have been 8 in the first half. Cadence Burns. Number 3, Cassandra Beretta, a junior. Number 5, Mary Mall, the freshman. Number 9, Adriana Lopez, the freshman. Number 15, Chaslyn Medina, a junior. Number 16, Nora Nacarado, a senior. Number 17, Claire Nasek, a sophomore. Number 18, Mariana Alta, the freshman. Number 21, Kylie Serrano, junior. Number 30, Karen Guerrera, senior. Number 33, Ashley Barek, junior. And as you noticed throughout that starting lineup, there's a vast majority of seniors, juniors, and then freshmen in that lineup. So you can see a wide differential in seniority and newcomers. And this roster's done a great job so far this season of getting adapted to each other's play styles and facing adversity. I'm going to send you guys to our next break here. Our set 2 out of 3 in this pregame show. You are watching Pittsburgh Sports Live on Varsity Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Number 6, Emma Catton. Number 9, Alyssa Sanchez. Number 13, Allie Burks. Number 14, Conley Portler. Number 16, Shelby Fields. Number 17, Malaya January. Number 20, Tatum Osborne. Number 31, Riley Diaz. Number 32, Ruby Shepard. And for our Dragons, we have number 1, Cadence Burns. Number 3, Cassandra Barrera. Number 9, Adriana Lopez. Number 10, Jennifer Lopez. Number 13, Edmina Escobar. Number 15.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Sports Dragons Live Network. We are moments away from kickoff here in Pittsburgh for the second time this season. The Purple Dragons are hosting on their home pitch. And no better team to do it as of right now and try to find a win than facing the 1-8 Joplin Eagles in a home contest. And beautiful weather outside. That's something I mentioned in Webb City too. It's 71 and sunny. You got some gusts coming in, so a little breezy at times, but no reason not to wear your sandals and your t-shirts and shorts. It's no better weather to play soccer than right now as the Purple Dragons are huddling around the ball, getting prepared to kick it off. And I just got a new updated starting lineups, so I'm going to run that through for you guys. I'm going to start with the Joplin Eagles since I didn't even do them last time. They are starting number 0, goalkeeper Cadence Holland-Sopp. Number 5, Lydia Barwick. Number 6, Emma Catan. Number 9, Alyssa Sanchez. Number 13, Allie Burks. Number 14, Connolly Coulter. Number 16, Shelby Fields. Number 17, Malia January. Number 20, Tatum Osborne. Number 31, Rayleigh Diaz. And number 32, Ruby Shepard. Moving on for your Purple Dragons. Yet again, number 1, Cadence Burns. Number 3, Cassandra Barrera. Number 9, Adriana Lopez. Number 10, Jennifer Lopez. Number 13, Herminia Escobar. Number 15, Chaslyn Medina. Number 16, Nora Nacarado. Number 17, Claire Vasek. Number 18, Mariana Aita. Number 27, Sarah Miller. And last but not least, number 36, Ashley Batras. And of course, led by head coach Naria Garcia, first year here, and led the Purple Dragons so far to a 3-4 regular season, 1-4 in the division of the SEK with a 1-0 victory over Chanute a couple weeks ago. the Purple Dragons, while under 500, a very impressive record and start to the season so far, facing very tough opponents and sticking right there with them in this very unique roster. As the Dragons have a chance early on here, and she's going to tap it in. Pittsburgh strikes early on. Number 17, Claire Vasek, running from box to box, poaching the net right there. A great cross across the face of the keeper, Jocelyn Medina, a phenomenal assist. And just 40 seconds in, Pittsburgh is able to take the lead 1-0. And like I mentioned just a little bit in the pregame show, the Joplin Eagles, very rough start to the season, multiple mercy rule defeats to very tough opponents, mind you. So not every single team left and right's mercy ruling them, but it's happened more than once and more than twice, as their goal differential is 2-45. So a very great opponent, to say the least, for Pittsburgh to face in their second home game of this season through 9 games. But as good a time as ever to come out on top and swing some momentum in your direction mid-part through the season, as Beretta plays a great ball all the way up to Claire Vasek again, and she scores for a second time in just 90 seconds. Claire Vasek, and what a ball from the right wing. I said Beretta, but I'm going to change that to Adriana Lopez. A beautiful assist, played it through the air, hit Vasek in stride, and the exact same spot as last time, that bottom left corner. Low driven, and the keeper just can't get to it in time. And the Joplin Eagles is losing possession early on to such a strong defensive Pittsburgh team. As you can see, Medina getting physical right there, trying to win back possession. As they do, Claire Vasek clears it up to the winger. As the ball is battled out of bounds, falls in the favor of Pittsburgh. On this near touch line, you're going to see Beretta inbounding it at the halfway mark of the pitch. Adriana Lopez will find Medina on the right wing as she's battling her defender. Almost gets it past her, but great defense. Oh no, it's going to stay in our possession. Ruby Shepard with the strong defensive effort against Medina to force the ball out of bounds. As Lopez receives it and gives it back to Medina. Medina trying to let the ball roll out of bounds so she can throw it in again, but it just stayed in this tall grass right in the touchline, so she had to keep playing. But eventually, she'll forget the result she wished for and let a throw in here just right next to the corner flag. A long throw in now to Jennifer Lopez. And yet again, a throw in deep in this Joplin Eagles territory. Sarah Miller will find Jennifer Lopez, and Lopez trying to get it to Medina, but great defense by the Joplin Eagles. They're going to win back possession. They're going to try to get up the pitch, but not without meeting very tough opposition, the Purple Dragons, as Nacarado gets it back up to the striker, Lopez, but runs into trouble. As the Eagles are shrieking down the pitch on the far side. Nacarado, very tough defense, but a shot nowhere near the keeper, and that's going to result in a goal kick. And as you're seeing early on, and as you saw all of last game versus Webb City, the Purple Dragons, they did allow 3 goals, but against a very, very tough Webb City Cardinals attack, 3 goals, but felt like 1, even 0, almost a clean sheet, as Cadence Burns had an outstanding performance in the net for the Purple Dragons, and the back line in the midfield, great job keeping the Cardinals busy with the high-pressure defense and allowing a lot less opportunity to fall through for the Cardinals. And these Eagles really haven't found an answer. Great clearance by Nacarado. Lopez finds the far wing of a sec and back to Lopez. Shepard again trying to give Lopez her best as she delivers a beautiful ball down to Medina. Medina on the corner flag. She crosses it in. It's cleared out. The Dragons will get a corner kick. And 2 goals in just under 5 minutes of play already. The Purple Dragons got a chance now, a serious chance on a set piece here to make it 3. Purple Dragons were favoring the far corner, but Medina drove it low and just couldn't get it back there. She met the boot of a Joplin Eagle before it could travel. As Miller now, just outside the box. A ball played in right to Jennifer Lopez, wide open. Went for the toe poke, and an Eagle got a boot on it. Lopez unsuccessful that time around. A great ball played by the opposite winger. I couldn't exactly see from this field level angle, but Lopez had a prime opportunity, and she just couldn't get her feet settled. And a strike on target in time before a Joplin Eagle came behind her and corroded the effort. Another ball played at the keeper, but this time brought in easily, no contest. But you can notice the Purple Dragons, very high pressure early on here. The Eagles not able to get it past the midfield mark so far. As Nacarado an inbound on the far side. Ball switched over to Medina here on the right side, but runs into Shepard again. Beretta able to intercept the clearance, but falls back in favor of the Eagles until Beretta yet again clears it up, and she gets a throw in on the near touchline. And the whistle goes on. There's an entry in the far side. I can't see the number, but she is not opting to put any weight in that right ankle. So there's our first substitute in the game so far for the Purple Dragons. As the inbound loses possession to the Eagles, but quickly regained. As Nacarado staying involved early on defensively and causing a lot of turnovers. You saw much of that versus the Cardinals last Thursday. And I kept referring to her as the captain, because I thought I saw a badge on her just below her jersey, but I believe it was just some sort of tape for some sort of injury, or I don't want to speculate, but just tape to be there. But she plays like a captain defensively. That's what's so impressive about her. There was no reason not to think that she was one. Very strong defensive presence. As the ball's being battled for by Claire Vasek on the far side, next to that corner flag, but play it back to Nacarado. Pittsburgh trying to find a hole they can exploit here in this defense of the Joplin Eagles. A great ball played to Adriana Lopez from Medina. She's going to shoot it from the right side over the keeper's head, and that's in. Adriana Lopez, what a strike. Just inside that far box on the right side, that goalkeeper, Adriana Lopez, put just enough loft and power on it. The goalkeeper couldn't reach up there and clear it. That's going to extend the lead to 3-0 in favor of the Purple Dragons. And just 8.5 minutes of play. And the Eagles are already in a quick watch out for a mercy watch again, as they've seen time and time again this season. As Claire Vasek just going to try to challenge the keeper. But it's going to roll more so towards the corner flag as Medina blocks a pass from the Eagles, but not able to retain possession. As Lopez finds Vasek. Nacarado putting immense pressure on the Eagles, able to find Medina in the middle of the pitch. She finds Vasek outside the box, trying to play it to Lopez, but the keeper sweeps it up. Another threatening attack again for the Purple Dragons, though. The Eagles not able to give themselves any breathing room so far this game. As you see, Jennifer Lopez and Vasek, a one-timer from outside the box, and that's going to result in a goal kick. But you're seeing on these goal kicks and these clearances from the Eagles, it's not finding white jerseys. It seems to be purple the whole way through so far in this first 10 minutes of the game. The goal kick now. Quickly challenged by Medina and Lopez. And it'll eventually fall in the boots of Medina. There's some strong defending from the Joplin Eagles, but they're going to call a foul. That was on number 9, Alyssa Sanchez. She came in there strong, trying to take the ball away from Medina, and she did, but not without forcing a foul. As Sarah Miller trying to receive a ball from way outside the box and has challenged the keeper, but not able to make great contact, as yet again Nacarado preventing any chance of a counterattack for these Purple Dragons. "11 minutes in now, and the Purple Dragons already got a lead of 3-0. And no signs of slowing down as the Joplin Eagles getting the ball past midfield for a very rare occurrence early on in this game. And don't get me wrong, it is not without the price of a couple bruises as the Purple Dragons playing very physical defense. Nacarado again turning the ball over for the Purple Dragons. Eagles do retain possession and play a ball to the far corner. It's going to get crossed in, but deflected by, I can't see, but that time it wasn't Nacarado, believe it or not. That was, I'm going to speculate and say Trinity Franklin. I think I'm seeing 18 from over here, the freshman defender. Great job to intercept that passing lane and clear it out, not only to a corner kick, but just a throw-in. Oh my goodness, I'm reading the wrong roster. That's not Trinity. That is Marina Alta. That's a beautiful ball play from Adriana Lopez to Medina again on this right flank. A great crossing opportunity deflected by an Eagle. As Claire Vasek is coming on it very hard, but an Eagle able to deflect it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in just next to the corner flag. Intercepted by Beretta at the midfield. Momentum's going forward for Pittsburgh. Medina on the right side, crossing it into Lopez. She strikes just off the mark. Challenged the keeper that time around, but not very hard for that keeper to not let it go into the net. As the ball's trying to roll across the neighborhood, but the keeper able to hawk it down. Save everybody some time here. Goal kick played directly to Medina, who finds Lopez, misses the strike. Still challenging possession. Medina coming onto it. Playing physical defense, but great job by Shepard from the Joplin Eagles to get it out and eliminate the threat. Purple Dragons do have a throw-in, though, on this near touchline. Beretta trying to find Lopez, and Lopez fighting for it. But that's going to be a throw-in for Shepard and the Joplin Eagles. which is going to fall directly on the boot of Medina, but she couldn't retain it. She has it back now, though. Cross trying to find Claire for second. Nearly does, but unsuccessful. Pareda able to eliminate the counterattack yet again. Finds Medina yet again, who's trying to cross it to, believe it or not, Claire Brasek. A beautiful clearance by the Eagles, though. As the Eagles and the Purple Dragons are taking turns trying to clear the ball into each other's sides of the pitch, it's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles on the far side. And as you've seen throughout the first 15 minutes of play now, the Purple Dragons, defensively, like I was trying to tell you guys earlier, been so strong this season, and they showed it versus Webb City despite allowing 3 goals. And like I said, it very well, with that incredibly strong offense, could have been 8 goals, but the Purple Dragons made it a very tough 3. Just unable to get in the scoring column until that second half, and once they did, they never went back to it. You're seeing it come out versus these Eagles, that almost vengeance they have towards themselves to prove themselves for realistically on the scoreboard category that they can do this, and they can compete with these tough teams. And scoring 3 goals, and it was 10 minutes of play, and not even allowing any possession in the second. They're half of the field. Goes to show this Pittsburgh team is going to be legit going down the stretch. As you're going to see another rotation of subs. Going off is Jennifer Lopez. Coming on, I believe, is Guerrera. We saw her for a majority of the game against Webb City, and she did a great job using her strength and her quickness to impose her will on the Webb City Cardinal defenders, and she was a leading catalyst to the one and only goal the Purple Dragons had. As Claire Vasek getting an opportunity to score a goal. Again, that time unsuccessful. Little tapper to the keeper, and she had no problem. Ball quickly finds its way back to Vasek, though, as she has a throw-in on that far touchline. A long one, trying to find Guerrera quickly, but intercepted. Back to Guerrera, though, cleared out. And Barek coming all the way from the back line and just taking the ball away from the Eagles, and a throw in too. A great spurt of energy coming out of her and making a big difference right there to change possession and give Pittsburgh another chance. Just couldn't convert. As Lopez getting rewarded for her efforts. It's going to be a foul committed against number 9 for the Eagles again. That is Alyssa Sanchez. Very strong midfielder, but we've seen it come out twice as fouls. Trying to use her strength. As the cross is played in, couldn't find any purple jerseys. Guerrera tries to retain possession, unsuccessful. Barek trying to play it up, finds Guerrera. Unable to do anything with it, cleared out by Shepard again. But the Eagles just not able to produce a counterattack as the Purple Dragons relentless in the midfield. And like I've stated, that's not been their problem. The midfield or the back line, but just those final passes and the the shots on target and the shots on goal has been the Purple Dragons' problem so far this season, is converting those opportunities. They've created so many for themselves, like I said, in that midfield and that back line, but you'd like to see some of those opportunities come through. And a team that's got mercy ruled time and time again this season, you'd like to see a team that's struggling offensively be able to do the same. As you're playing this clearing game again on that far side of the pitch, just cross after cross, both teams trying to keep it off their side. And Pittsburgh time and time again coming away with that little victory. Eventually keeping the ball on the Eagles' side of the things. And a handball will be called on the Eagles in the midfield. Adriana Lopez trying to yet again get it back on the Eagles' side of things, and she's going to kick it right into the hands of a white jersey. So the Purple Dragons will have a free kick from just inside that midfield circle. It's going to find Lopez, who finds Vasek, who tries to go for the shot. Guerrera settles up a deflected pass and unable to put a strike back of her own. The goalkeeper clears it up. And while Cadence Holland-Sapp was mustered with plenty of shot opportunities early on, she's done a great job of clearing them up in this last 5-10 minutes as the goal kick hits the back of the head of Guerrera, and she's going to gain possession. Another chance for the Purple Dragons to cross across the face of the keeper from Medina. Vasek just not able to get there. She wasn't in position. Yet again, Holland-Sapp able to take care of it and clear it out. This time, a foul committed on the against the Purple Dragons. It's going to be a Joplin free kick for the first time this game, actually. The Eagles put on a serious attack against the Dragons there, but to nobody's surprise, they were able to stay on their own 2 feet and face adversity and clear it out. Almost led to a counterattack goal, but just one missed pass in the final third. Yet again, the Purple Dragons, their problem this season, kept them from scoring their 4th goal. Zooming in, try to be like smooth zooming in, smooth zooming out. Don't make it snappy for the viewer, okay? You're doing great though. Thank you. As yet again, the ball, as soon as it gets past Pittsburgh side of things, they're going to get another free kick due to a foul. Purple Dragons really not having to break a sweat defensively so far this game. As Vasek's going to try to find Guerrero at the top of the box, not top of the box, excuse me, at the striker position. Unsuccessful, but Beretta is able to get it back to Vasek so she can try again, and she does, but yet again, she's barely unsuccessful. And we got a serious chance for the Eagles here, but Beretta, her speed, it just outmatched the Joplin Eagle left winger, never had a chance. She had about 5-10 steps on Beretta, and Beretta just hawked her down in a span of 2 seconds. And eventually, a couple ricochets later, it's going to be a shot from a Joplin Eagle and away left. Yet again, not posing any serious issues for the Purple Dragons defensively. Coming down to our last 16 minutes of this first half, the Purple Dragons have gone stale for the last 15 minutes on attack. 3 quick goals in the first 10, none in the last 15. Hopefully they can get that fourth one and set themselves on pace for a mercy rule in the second half. As a great long ball played through the back line of the Purple Dragons, but pretty promptly cleaned up. As the ball's going to find Beretta in midfield, and she's going to play a great ball in stride for Medina. She has options. Tries to find Vasek, but just offline. Cleared right into Lopez's boot, though. Insisting the ball gets it Vasek, and it does. She shoots it just wide right again. That was the chance to make it 4-0 and put themselves on pace for that mercy watch. But the problem, the last 5 or so shots the Purple Dragons have put on the keeper, none of them have been on target. They've missed wide right most times and a time left. But no real shot has come at the keeper in recent memory. As you see, Nacarado tussling with the Joplin Eagle on the far side, but all get knocked down. She refused to give up, and it pays off. It's another throw-in for the Eagles, but that counterattack yet again shut down. A throw-in on the far side. Yet again, finds Purple. A serious chance on that far side. Ball's played into Guerrera. Handled, but there's a shot chance for Lopez. Just fighting to get there in time to get it over to the defender. And kicked out of bounds wide left. No threat to the keeper. Yet again, that final third, just unable to come up with a sequence that results in a goal. As we're just under 14 minutes now. Excuse me, 13. An inbound now for the Purple Dragons. A long one of that, but no Purple in sight, as no one really cared for it. But you can always count on them winning back possession pretty early on, and that they do. As Claire Vasek has it on the far side. And I'm not quite sure what that signal call is, but oh, handball, my fault. A handball by the Purple Dragons results in a turnover, but quickly falls back in favor of the Purple Dragons. As Medina facing a really tough defensive shepherd, but holding her own just fine as Guerrera eventually comes up with it. But unable to do much. As Nacarado yet again allowing Pittsburgh a brand new possession. So another sub comes on. Jennifer Lopez will be taking out Guerrera. And Lopez early on was a key contributor to those goals that we saw. Hopefully she can revitalize his attack and Pittsburgh can get back into their scoring ways. As Claire Vasek off the volley tries to get it to Jennifer Lopez and just missed her, but still in her vicinity. As these two teams are trying to figure out who wants the possession of the ball in this midfield, Purple Dragons seem to have came away with it yet again. Pareda finding Medina, who crossed it to Vasek, and she's going to get there. She's going to shoot. That time just deflected by Joplin Eagle, potentially saving a goal. It's going to result in a corner kick. As yet again, these balls are just taking off, and there's a track surrounding the goal, the pitch. So, long walks for the Purple Dragons, retrieving these corner kick balls. That's Lopez, Adriana. It's going to play it in the air. It's going to find Vasek. She can't do anything with it. Finds its way back to Lopez, but then cleared out pretty well, if I may add, by the Eagles, and Vatek there to shut down the counter. So I apologize, the camera may seem to be in a very inconvenient spot with some spectators often in the way, but this is the best we could do. We were given not much to work with, but we tried to make the best out of it. As Purple Dragons are trying to do the same right now on this attack. Medina on the far side gets past her defender, Shepard, plays it in, just missed by Lopez. And Vasek tried to get the rebound yet again, that time actually on target, but just found in the hands of the keeper. Coming down to the last 8 minutes of this first half, and the Purple Dragons haven't scored since the first 10. But as you can see on the scoreboard, there was 3 quick goals in those first 10. Pareda now trying to regain control, and she does. Cuts to a couple of defenders. Vasek now trying to find Jennifer Lopez, unsuccessful. Cleared out by an Eagle. As that time around, we saw Michelle Lucas playing really strong defense there, coming up well into the midfield to make sure that ball stays out of her back line's presence. Another very strong defender for the Purple Dragons as a throw-in finds her way to Jennifer Lopez inside the box, and the keeper's not grabbing with her hands, and Lopez able to challenge her but not able to put it in. That's going to be a corner kick yet again for Ariana Lopez and the rest of the Purple Dragons, a chance to make it 4-0. Just under the 8-minute mark now. Another great ball, treading right towards Miller's head. She heads it in, but cleared off the line by a defender and cleared out. I couldn't see who it was, but a beautiful job by them to keep it out of the net. As the ball's played back into Vasek, and she tries to do a outside the foot shot, and it finds the opposite side of the post, and it goes in. Another goal for Claire Vasek, and if memory serves me correct, that's a hat trick. Just in this first half, the Purple Dragons up 4-0, able to break the ice for the first time in 20 minutes. 4-0. And There's an injury on the back line for the Joplin Eagles, and she needs some help walking off. She's able to get helped off by the coach. Able to walk on her own power, which is great to see. You hate to see injuries happen in high school sports, as there's just such limited time to play. Only so many games and so many minutes you can be a part of. As Beretta now trying to find a ball back to Medina. And eventually she will, but Shepard able to clean it up. Give Medina a real run for her money now as the ball is crossed in but headed out. Medina now facing the strong defender of the Joplin Eagle in the midfield. And Beretta has trouble in the left wing, but who am I kidding? She's going to speed up and catch her. Still in possession of the Eagles, though, as Nakarada mishandles a ball on the far side. There's a shot, skied over to the net. That's been Pittsburgh's closest call so far defensively, and it was a serious chance, but the striker skying it over the net and not giving Burns any chance to save it. And it's been nice for the goalkeeper of Pittsburgh to not really have to worry about any sort of defensive pressure, as she had plenty, enough for more than one game against the Cardinals Thursday night. That break must be relieving. As the Dragons are fighting the way up the pitch, trying to win every single ball they can. That aggressiveness and grit in the midfield paying off for possession rating. Each and every time the ball can't decide who wants to favor, the Purple Dragons do a pretty good job of persuading it and saying, you're going to be on our boot. As yet again, the ball just bouncing back and forth in possession. As it's finally played up, is it a Purple Dragons half? But Beretta yet again there, able to clean it up and try to clear it out, but it doesn't get out of bounds. And the Eagles still have possession, as Miller can't come down with it, but finds his way back to Beretta, and she's triple teamed. And finally, they'll go out of bounds in the favor of Pittsburgh. Beretta fighting against the world and able to win the ball back. Such an impressive defender for Pittsburgh. That speed and tenacity pays dividends on this back line. As Medina's trying her hardest to get it back on the Joplin Eagles side of things. As you can notice, Kylie Serrano now is checked in. Uh-oh. The Purple Dragons facing another serious threat as Cadence Burns does a great job of smacking that shot away. A serious opportunity created by the Joplin Eagles on that far side. She got past, that was Shelby Fields, got past the back line. Beretta came back all the way from the left side to get right in her hip, but she was able to get a shot off, and Burns able to smack it away. That's going to be a corner kick for the Joplin Eagles, their first of the game. A darting corner, finds a Purple Dragon, and cleared out very well, if I may add. And if a sec heading the ball at the pitch to herself and hawking it down, she'll get it. She has Jennifer Lopez in the box. Is she going to play it? She will. But the keeper's able to get to it first. A good counter-attack chance for the Purple Dragons that time. Unsuccessful. The clearance lands on the head of Miller. Finds Vasek. Tries to find Lopez. Yet again swept up by the keeper before she can get there. Just a minute and 30 seconds now in this first half. The Dragons up by 4. Lopez and Medina trying to make it 5 as Medina tries to cross it. Unsuccessful yet again, but relentless nonetheless. Michelle Lucas trying to fight on Shelby Fields, and she does successfully this time. Ball still not out of the equation though, as Fields gets another chance to strike her from outside the box, and no serious threat to Burns at all. She'll let it roll out. That's a goal kick. "45 seconds and counting in this first half. One last chance for either team to put a scare on the opposition's defensive line. And Eagles throwing on the far side. Result in a banging shot from way off the right side of the pitch, and they'll find Burns right in the hand. She's going to try to play it up to Beretta. You got 12 seconds now. It finds the midfield and back to the Eagles. Miller will try to shoot it up herself. Unsuccessful. 2-1-0. That should be the end of the first half. The ref's going to let it play on here just in case because there was a little bit of stoppage. Medina fighting for a cross. Lopez is wide open. And he blew the whistle as soon as the cross came in. Wouldn't have any of that. That's the end of your first half, folks. Pittsburgh up 4-0. We'll be right back after this break.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. This halftime show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank. Find out more on gn-bank.com. Well, a very strong start to the first half in the Purple Dragons. In the first 10 minutes, you saw 3 goals come by in a very impressive fashion. That defense and that midfield play just so high pressure, not allowing the Eagles to pose any sort of threat. And the Purple Dragons, time and time again, just found the ball rolling towards that final third. And eventually, that 4th goal coming along in the last 10 minutes from Claire Vasek. And I don't have a stat sheet on me, and my memory's pretty bad, but I'm pretty confident she got a hat trick with that last goal right there. An outstanding performance by her, and unrelentless in this first half. And unrelentless is not just Claire Vasek, it's the Purple Dragons as a whole. That identity, their team identity, I would have to imagine, to a T, is unrelentless, grit, and all other synonyms you can think of. So, moving on now to the Joplin Eagles. You can see, we knew coming into the game, they've had a rough season. They've had a rough go, and it's been no different so far. Those first 3 goals coming in 10 minutes. It's been a rough patch for them, and their goal differential goes from 2 to 45 to 2 to 49. Opponents have scored 49 goals throughout 9.5 matches played against them, and they've only scored 2. That goes to show the state they're in so far this season. The Purple Dragons doing a great job of exploiting that so far. But we're going to go ahead and go into our second halftime break. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live. Stay tuned.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Gerard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Gerard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Gerard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Gerard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Gerard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Gerard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Gerard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Gerard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Gerard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Gerard.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. Second half is underway here in Pittsburgh. Purple Dragons coming out in that first half 4-0. And that first half review brought to you by Canar Eye Care. Canar Eye Care is Kanar Eye Care is making sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburg and Girard, is here to help you, help their valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. As the Purple Dragons attacking on the opposite side of the pitch now, it's a little harder for me to see who is who in the sun glare and bleacher seat. But yet again, coming out the gate, retaining possession pretty quickly as a ball is played dangerously into their half. Cadence Burns to charge out and clear it. That she does, and plays a great pass to the fullback and making sure that the ball stays out of her pressure. Purple Dragons now trying to find their way forward, and the ball's cleared back. It'll be a throw in for Pittsburgh on the far touchline. And we saw all the action on the near side last half because Medina, Lopez, and Beretta all seem to favor this right side as position to play, and the attack mostly runs through them. So now it being on the far side, the camera's going to be doing a lot of zoom work, trying to keep up with the action. Guess it's been more than obvious Pittsburgh easily favors this side of the pitch. And while yes, Claire Vasek does play on the opposite side, you don't ever really see her in the attack until she's crashing into the box on that far side, playing more of an inside forward role, more of a goal poacher at that wing position. And as the Purple Dragons trying to eliminate the threat of the Eagles in their final third, and the ball comes right at Cadence Burns, and no problem for her. A drop kick, right in stride for Beretta, but topspin rolls away from her. She's going to retain possession. And the ball just getting caught up in the grass. And Michelle Lucas coming in for a bone-crushing tackle. Basek trying to play it up to a fellow Purple Dragon. Unsuccessful, the ball's cleared out. Nacarado trying to play it back in, just hit it off the leg there, and that's going to be in favor of the Eagles. But now you're seeing Mary Mall at the top for the Dragons at the striker position, that freshman. And as we've talked about time and time again, the seniority mixing in with the freshmen this season, and that's a tough tackle for the Joplin Eagles there, but that stops a crucial attack for the Purple Dragons. That was Michelle Lucas again. She's really brought a new meaning of fortification on that back line. That strength she brings to this team is formidable, to say the least. As the ball is played behind the line, but no issue for Cadence Burns. A goal kick trying to find Adriana Lopez and just struggling to keep it in. It's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles. On that far touchline yet again. Mary Mall getting the ball in her boot at the top of the pitch, but not able to do much. As Michelle Lucas able to clear it out. She was the back line of the fence, thank goodness. Sarah Miller now trying to get involved in things, and Nacarado stumbling while clearing it, so it doesn't really travel too far. A foul committed by the Eagles, so Pittsburgh's going to get a long free kick just behind the half line. Michelle Lucas will take it. She's just going to play it to the wing here. That was Mariana Aita. Took a rough fall, got tackled pretty vigorously. But she's able to get back up on her own willpower, but tending to her head as she went down pretty rough. But she'll stay in the game, and it'll be a foul and a free kick yet again for the Purple Dragons. As Marina kind of gets her revenge at her defender and just tries to cross it in, but directly just drills her right in the chest, and it's going to be a throw-in for her. But the Purple Dragons lose possession. It's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles on the far side. Mary Mall now top of the pitch. Cutting through a couple of Eagle defenders. Trying to find Claire Vasek or Guerrera. Unsuccessful. There's a shot. Misses wide right. And I think that came off the boot of Mary Mall. Getting a chance to challenge the keeper. Unsuccessful that time around. As Nakarada will come off for the tall number 21, Kylie Serrano. Yet again, that back line just getting more and more intimidating. And a back line that has had no troubles against the Joplin Eagles so far. Beretta able to find Claire Vasek on the near side corner. Vasek opting to take it out to the corner and crossing it in, but not finding any Purple Dragons immediately. Adriana Lopez able to find it though on the opposite side, and it's going to get crossed back in, but right at the net, and the keeper's going to get a goal kick. Knockout is going to come right back in for Marina Aita. I really apologize if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it. I haven't gotten an enunciation on that just yet. But after getting a little banged up there a couple minutes ago, Nakarada's going to quickly come back in for her and let her get a breather. As the Eagles are facing pressure here. Guerrero's going to be able to win it. She's got a chance to shoot it. It gets cleared out. And a great clearance at that. That was a serious threat for the Joplin Eagles. And Serrano inbounds. It's not basketball, excuse me. Throws it in. And possession regained by the Eagles. Sarah Miller, a good header to take it back on the Eagles' side of things. That's Beretta trying her hardest to stop the attack herself, and eventually she will. She's going to find Lopez on the far side. And a tackle attempt by the Eagles, and Lopez able to dodge a couple and play it up. That's going to find Vasek. She's fighting one-on-one and just loses possession, unfortunately, but's trying to battle back for it. And she'll get a throw-in. Rifles it in quickly. Guerrero surveying her options, finds Beretta behind her. Vasek now looking to cross it in. Plays it short to Beretta, who tries to play it short to Guerrero, but unsuccessful, and that's going to get cleared out by the Eagles. And Fields hustling onto it, and a Very interesting decision by Nora Nakarada not to clear it out, and the Eagles had a chance there, but thankfully that's the biggest scare tonight, I argue, cleared out by Ashley Beres. That's going to be a throw-in on the far side. And no goal allowed so far for the Purple Dragons for the first 50 and plus minutes of play. But early on in the second half, you're seeing a little bit more possession in the final third for the Eagles already. And the Purple Dragons. A scoop shot of sorts on the far side across the goalkeeper's face of Cadence Burns, and she let it roll out of bounds, looking kind of confused. And yet again, no real threat for the Purple Dragons. As yet again, Barek is going to take the goal kick and try to get the ball in the opposite half of the field. And hopefully Pittsburgh can strike first in this second half. As the goal stood still at 4-0. 3 of them coming away of Claire Vasek, and a hat trick in the first half alone. That's a ball played into the box there, but Cadence Burns able to scoop it up. The goal kick gives the Purple Dragons a serious chance. Claire Vasek coming onto it. She lays it off to Beretta. Trying to cut back and get back to Vasek, but unsuccessful. And the Eagles yet again able to get a couple boots in there and clear it out. But Beretta, a great tackle coming back on the play and able to stop it. Finds Vasek, who gives it back to Beretta, who's trying to whip it in there from way outside the box and just right at the goalkeeper. That's a goal kick, and we got some subs coming on here. For the Eagles, that's one of their defenders coming off. Number 19, Emily Robertson coming off, and I couldn't catch the number of the person coming on. I believe it was number 14. That's Connolly Coulter. As Nakarada's going to do a long play in. That's going to find Vasek. She tried to cross back into the box and cleared out by a Joplin Eagle. Vasek will throw it in. Guerrera now trying to dance around a couple defenders. Plays it back out to Vasek. Basically the corner kick. She's going to cross it in low and deflect it, but gets it back to her. She's got a chance. Guerrera missed the header. Lupe Musio on the far side now, trying to find an answer for the Purple Dragons. It's played back into Vasek. She's not able to get there in time. Lupe Musio seeing her first bit of action tonight as the ball's played way across the pitch. That's Fields racing onto it. A 1v4. The whole back line of the Purple Dragons is still there in shape, and it'll get cleared out. As the sun in the perfect position to light up the field, but also in the perfect position to make this production very difficult on both myself and my cameraman here. Using one hand to fight off the sunbeams, the other hand to leverage myself against this bleacher and keep my back straight. As the Joplin Eagles have an inbound on the far touchline. As Lupe is fighting for it and going through every single Eagle imaginable. It's played back up into the Pittsburgh final third. But cleaned up, and cycled back up to the midfield. There'll still be an Eagle throw in, but way farther back than they once were. You're seeing Luke Macio get involved pretty frequently here in the couple minutes she's been in that midfield, getting both her head and her feet on the ball quite often, causing disruption, for the Joplin Eagles. Speaking of disruption, Mary Mall and Beretta, all three of them posing serious issues. Beretta's going all the way down the pitch, having to retreat a little bit, but imposing her will, insisting as she gets towards the net. She's going to play it in. Oh, Adriana Lopez had a wide open opportunity, just missed it. Still in favor of possession of Pittsburgh. So the ball ends up out of bounds, and from the body language of everybody on the pitch, it seems to be in favor of Joplin. It's going to be I am terrible at reading body language. It is a corner kick for the Purple Dragons. In the first 17 minutes, coming down halfway down the second half, no goals have been scored. This set piece, a serious, great chance for the Purple Dragons to change that. As it comes in, it finds Beretta, and she just couldn't settle it easily and just flew it over the net. Another goal kick for the Purple, not the Purple Dragons, the Joplin Eagles. Yeah, Max, when you're zooming in, don't forget about that lower third graphic. As a scare for the Eagles there, the goal kick couldn't find any white. It found purple. The Purple Dragon, I couldn't see who it was through the sun, but tried to flare it quickly back at the goal and unsuccessful. But almost a close call for the Joplin Eagles. And key points to note throughout this game, in this second half especially, the Purple Dragon defense that I've touched on time and time again has been unrelentless and just high pressing and suffocating for each and every team they've come across, including these Joplin Eagles. They hadn't had any good opportunities, barely a handful, I'd argue, just a couple, if that, and you've seen that all season, and that's just thanks to this very physical and strong midfield, let alone back line, that are really good at recycling the ball away from their final third and giving the attackers a chance to put points on the board. And that's the only issue they've had this season, is putting goals in the back of the net. That final pass, that final sequence just hasn't fallen through as much as they'd like this season. But Coach Garcia, yet again, about to get this team back up to 500, and they're still 1-0 in their conference. You got to give all the kudos in the world to her this first year with such an interesting roster, almost an even ratio of seniors and freshmen on the varsity roster. A very unique roundabout way of things for this Pittsburgh soccer team, and Coach Garcia doing a great job of establishing her tactics and how she wants this game and this team to go about things throughout the season. And so far, I think they've done a great job. They've played some very tough opponents. They've played Carl Junction. They've played Webb City. They've played Gardner Edgerton. I mean, they've gone through the ringer. They've played my hometown Neosho, and they lost all 4 of those games. But those 4 losses, very, very tough opponents. And Neosho, Webb City, not Carl Junction anymore, but once was, all part of the COC, a very tough Missouri conference that you see the best of the best in all of Missouri. So the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons really doing a great job of holding their own despite the scoreboard showing the results of those games. I keep going back to it with that Webb City game because it's the first game that we covered on this channel for this girls soccer team. A really, really strong Webb City Cardinals team, let alone a Cardinals attack that I would have gave any team in the state, let alone the country, run for their money towards a mercy rule. And Purple Dragons held them to 3 goals. And like I said earlier, it very well could have been 8 goals early on, but that backline defense being unrelentless and not being susceptible to pressure, doing a great job of holding their own. And I'm really excited to see how this season pans out, as our next and last broadcast for this soccer team will fall on May 12th against McDonald County. That'll be home here in Pittsburgh. So hopefully, instead of watching the broadcast, you're out here supporting, as it'll be coming down towards the wire of the season. And hopefully by then, they'll be well over 500 with the way they're playing, and they start getting into the conference play. But for the last 4 or 5 minutes or so, the Purple Dragons, actually, while I was talking so highly about their defense, had some scares there, but there's reason to have praise, because throughout all that scare, no goals allowed, and trying to trim boat back towards the Joplin back line. As Vasek has found nothing but daylight, roll out the red carpet. She's a banging strike and misses it right over the net. That was a chance to add on to her 3 goals. It was her versus the keeper. She made a mishandled touch, so she had to shoot it because the defender was tailing behind her pretty quickly. And she went for the top corner and just missed it. That would have been a heck of a goal. Would have been one to write home about, that's for sure. But the Purple Dragons and both teams as a whole in the second half still scoreless throughout 23 minutes of play now. That's Kylie Serrano trying to score herself from the back line. Almost does. Did a great job of dribbling through the whole back line and got right in front of the keeper, and the keeper just grabbed it out of their feet. But a really good attempt by Kylie Serrano herself to put a scare on that back line. That's Joplin and Pittsburgh playing that possession game in the midfield. Falls in favor of Joplin on a throw-in on the far side. And yet again, just like a pinball machine in that midfield, just bouncing between teams and colors and obstacles. Oh, as Fields and the Purple Dragon defender just collide. It's going to fall in favor of Beretta and the Purple Dragons, but not for long, as she's getting harassed. But she fights her hardest to win it back, thanks to Adriana Lopez. A great move by Beretta to get herself some separation. She cuts in, tries to find Lopez. She does, but Lopez not able to reel it in herself. Beretta gets it back to her, cleared out by the Joplin Eagles. Great job by the Eagles to not let the ball come to Lynn and go charge it and right there on script. As we're still playing this back and forth game now, more so in the Joplin Eagles half. Sarah Miller battling. And the Pittsburgh back line surprised by the clearance, but no worries there. This is a quick throw in for the Eagles, and a counterattack trying to be produced, but shut down right away by Basek. A cross going in for the Purple Dragons on the far side, deflected and intercepted. It finds its way back to Jennifer Lopez. She's going to roll it towards the keeper just wide. Another serious chance there. But the Purple Dragons unsuccessful. And a glance towards the future here. Remaining schedule for the Purple Dragons coming up here in the month of April. They have 3 more games that are going to travel to Independent here this Friday. That'll be a tough matchup for them. Going all the way to Wichita, and then coming back home for the remainder of April. They're hosting New Heights Christian Academy out of Joplin again, and then that Thursday, the 30th, Blue Valley from Stillwell, Kansas will be coming down, and their schedule does not get any easier whatsoever, as they have it kind of winds down and gets more intermediate into the state of Kansas in March, but a tough April to finish out here, and a big win against this Joplin team that's been struggling, and able to keep that clean sheet is very important towards your team morale and proving towards yourself that defense is no joke. While not trending towards that mercy rule that all the other teams were able to do in that Springfield area, which is nowhere near the population of Pittsburg. But the attack is still still produced 4 goals in the span of almost 70 minutes now. And mind you, a dominant possession ratio in favor of them. And of course, we don't have live stats, it's high school. But I would argue it's 70-30 in favor of the Purple Dragons at least. It might be more even in the second half, but that first half, and especially that first 10 to 15, 20 minutes, was overwhelming in favor of Pittsburgh. The Eagles had no answers. Purple Dragons, though, this game kind of treated it as a way to allow all the players to get some sort of match experience in this season. You know, they have a very diverse portfolio of grades involved in this varsity lineup. 8 freshmen, 10 seniors. Get all the faces a chance to see some varsity competition here and get used to each other going down the stretch, and everybody get familiar with everybody when it comes to tactics and strategy and schemes. As the day just hasn't gotten any less pretty. It's been a beautiful day out all day, and such a nice change of pace from last week with the weather being as torrential as it was. Adriano Lopez running onto a shot, going to get deflected and cleared out. Another chance for the Purple Dragons, crossed in. Lopez trying to hit it off the volley from outside the box. Barreda got a chance, deflected. Lopez now. The Joplin Eagles in the center of it all, able to clear it out. And the clearance falls right on a Purple Dragon's foot. As Michelle Lucas trying to come back onto it from the back line and clear it back up to the attack, but mishandled it. Makes up for it right away, but Fields being the better striker and tries to shoot it, but just a miss hit off the foot and cleared out by Cadence Burns easily. Like I mentioned earlier, just really a day off for her, especially from that Webb City Cardinals team that would, you know, produce more than a game's worth of attacks and offensive pressure on you, and she more so than held her own, only allowing 3 goals from what could have been, if there was no mercy rule, 25 or so. Made some tremendous saves, facing against a very strong Webb City attack at midfield. So, the only bummer for her right now, her biggest threat is the sunlight. As you can see, the hand blocking it. The sun's directly behind the scoreboard, which is facing right into her eyes. That's Jennifer Lopez trying to settle it and get a shot. Sarah Wilson from way out the box plays it up. That's at the corner now. I can't see the number. I believe it's Barreda. A tap in, a goal. A great cross in and a great goal scored by who I believe to be either Mary Mall or number 9, Adriana Lopez. Either way, a great cross played in by Jennifer Lopez on the near side. She was way deep in the box, played on the ground, right into the middle of the box, where you had a couple Purple Dragons waiting, and either Mary Mall, excuse me, and Adriana Lopez were both waiting there, and an easy tap in. That breaks the ice for the second half, 5-0 in favor of your Purple Dragons. Just about 9 minutes left to go in this ball game. The Purple Dragons looking to make it more. A cross coming in from Medina, right into the keeper. Almost found another Purple Dragon head, and that could have made it 6-0 very quickly. And Beretta, I don't think she's come out at all this game, and that's because she's played an incredible game. As she plays a great pass to Lucas, back to Beretta, just too strong of a touch to get a shot. And the Eagles are flying down the pitch on the other side, and quickly met by Basek. Just clears it out and gives Purple Dragons a chance to come back and keep that clean sheet. As Fields is coming on, and Cadence Burns has her first real chance to make a save, and she doesn't. Fields delivered a rocket from just inside the box and got behind the back line, and she breaks the clean sheet that the Purple Dragons really needed to see going into this mid-season. The Joplin Eagles only scored 2 goals coming into this. That's their 3rd one this season. Now, if you're the Purple Dragons, you know this game's been well said and done, but you need to prove to yourself that you can go 80 minutes without allowing a goal from a team that has hardly ever found one yet through 10 games. And not to discredit the outcome of this game at all or the performance, it is still a crushing 5-1 as right now victory in favor of the Purple Dragons, and pure domination all throughout, but that one mistake is going to put a little scratch on the score sheet, and that's going to leave that taste in their mouth just a little more bitter than it should be. There's a big clearance coming out from the far fullback of the Purple Dragons. Yet again, the sun kind of inflicting with who it is. I believe that was number 18, so that would have been, of course, Mariana. And I've struggled with her last name all day, so I'm just going to call her Mariana. Yet again gives Purple Dragons a chance to fall back on defense. And 6.5 minutes now. A throw in for the Purple Dragons on the far touchline. And a great job by Sarah Miller to put the ball back into the final third of the Eagles. It's played into the middle, but no Purple Dragons in sight. And Lopez, a miss hit, trying to give the keeper a challenge from outside the box. It's going to be a goal kick, and you're going to see another round of substitutions for the Joplin Eagles. Time winding down now, 5.5 minutes left to play, and you're just playing for yourself, trying to prove to yourself that you can do these extra little things and prove to your team that you can do what they're asking of you. And the Purple Dragons just trying to tag on these last couple minutes and make that scoreboard ever so prettier. But right there, a prime opportunity to do so. And yet again, the attack is unable to make that final shot or that final pass. And that time it was the shot as the goalkeeper played it right to Jennifer Lopez. And just one mishandled touch. And there goes the goal opportunity. But yet again, the relentless pressure of the Purple Dragons always going to create more and more and more. So you can always count on the opportunity to be there. Another cross coming in right at the goalkeeper. And a great ball, just goalkeeper was able to get to it first. As Sarah Miller's battling in the midfield, and that's another chance for the Joplin Eagles. And Cadence Burns not able to handle the ball. It's a shot over her head. The Joplin Eagles scored twice. What a sequence. And I'm so sorry, I cannot see her number. I believe it was Rayleigh Diaz. She went down on the pitch all by herself, fought through the incredibly physical back line of Michelle Lucas and, Ashley Barres, and muscled them both off, and Cadence Burns crashed the ball inside the box, of course, and got her hands on it, but she was able to fight through that, make Cadence Burns lose the ball, retreat a little bit, and unloft it over her head. Quite literally did it by herself, and that was one of the more impressive plays, if not the most, of the day. That's going to give 2 goals towards the Joplin Eagles, and that's going to make it a 5-2 ball game in favor of the Purple Dragons still, of course, but 2 goals allowed to a team that hasn't come by any in the last month, it feels like. But like I said, you cannot use that as a way to disgrace the performance they've had, and it's been an incredible one at that. And the game was won in the first 10 minutes of tonight's contest. And it's more so just been getting rid of those growing pains and become more acquainted with each other for this Purple Dragons team. And like I said, getting used to each other before we get to the end of the season here and seriously tag on some wins here and make this record look real pretty when it's all said and done. 3 minutes now. And another chance for the Joplin Eagles, and that time swept away by Cadence Burns. The Eagles really trying to make a last-minute effort, and a great one at that, but 5 goals in the game of soccer is incredibly hard to come by, and they've already got 2, almost got 3, but thankfully Cadence Burns able to clear it out. And now 2.5 minutes left in this contest. And the Joplin Eagles finding a way to keep getting that ball back in the Pittsburgh's back line. The Eagles, yet again, looking for one last opportunity to throw in on this near touch line. Over the head of Sarah Miller. It's going to be cleared out by Michelle Lucas, but quickly back into the favor of the Eagles. And another chance on this near side. She gets past the defender. She plays it in, and nobody's there to receive it. It got across Cadence Burns and all the Purple Dragons, but number 31 wasn't there to put it in. She just made a miraculous play moments ago. That time just out of position was number 31, Rayleigh Diaz. As the Purple Dragons kind of escape another scare and trying to find one last goal of their own, as Loop and Guerrera are finding up that left side. And as Guerrera tries to switch it, and there's just no purple near the ball she played across the pitch, and not to her fault, the team just out of position. Another counterattack. You see the fatigue setting in for the Purple Dragons. As another shot comes out from Rayleigh Diaz, but that time, no problem for Cadence Burns. Cadence Burns just throws it across the pitch to a Joplin Eagle, but not one of immediate danger, as Sarah Miller is able to recycle it out. 60 seconds left now. And the Eagles racing to get this ball back in, trying to get one last goal and make the game look more close than it was. The Purple Dragons holding on. A long shot right into the hands of Cadence Burns. She'll clean it up. With 30 seconds left, I think it's safe to say this contest is over. But the Eagles winning the second half when it comes to score differential 2-1, but 5-2 is the final score. As one last big shot comes in from the far right corner from the Purple Dragons, that time skying over the net. And with 10 seconds left now, this goal kick, you have to imagine she's going to take her time. She doesn't. She plays it in pretty quickly, but 2-1, there comes the shot, and there goes the whistle. That's your ball game, folks. The Purple Dragons come out on top, 5-2, and just their second home contest of the season. Move back up to 4-on-4 throughout the season, back at 500. A great bounce-back victory to take into this last week of April. Purple Dragons, a great win here at home. In the beautiful weather, beautiful environment, fans came out to show their support, and a great way to get back into the winning ways. Momentum should be in their favor. We're going to move into the post-game show here after this break. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live. Stay tuned.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let tax luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at bigironauctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly. and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Welcome back for one final time here in Pittsburg, Kansas. You just witnessed a great victory in favor of the Purple Dragons, 5-2, and a domination the whole way through. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons move up to 4-4 on the season, 1-0 in conference, of course, only playing Chanute thus far. But the Joplin Eagles moved down to 1-9 and 0-4 in conference, of course, still. Wasn't a conference game. Pittsburgh, their next opponent, I said it earlier, it fell on the 24th. It should be at Independent. Not Independence, at Independent in Wichita, Kansas. So, go make the travel. Support your Purple Dragons, moving back to 500 under first-year head coach Garcia. This young, yet old and experienced team has done a great job so far through the first 8 games. Really impressed with them so far. That defense, that midfield, so stifling, high pressure, good ball control, and that attack, the only question mark, but still, we're unrelentless at that. But with that being said, I'm Michael Kissel. My brother here, Max, helped me with the camera crew today. much appreciated. But we're going to sign off here in favor of the Pittsburgh Sports Live channel. We'll see you next time on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at Varsity Sports Live.